Welcome to the Craftessa, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and on today's DIY video, we're going to make this cement pumpkin and cloche using items from the Dollar Tree. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I post super quick and easy DIYs, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I post new videos every week. Now let's get on with today's project. So for this project, you're going to need some of the lightweight spackling from the Dollar Tree and one of their foam pumpkins. Now the pumpkin that I'm using is an old pumpkin, but I'm going to repurpose it for this year in a new style. So what I did is I'm just basically taking this lightweight spackling. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just taking it straight from the jar and rubbing it all over the pumpkin. I'm trying to get it into the creases as best as I can. Now, a lot of it will fall off, but just keep adding layers to it. Also, I recommend you paint your pumpkin in a cream or white color before you start using the spackling. Again, this was an old pumpkin that I had. As you can see, it has like holes in it because it had tacks in it for when I wanted a different style. But I have so many pumpkins, I decided I'm going to repurpose some of the ones that I have. So continue with the spackling until the whole pumpkin is covered, and then you're going to let this dry overnight. So let's continue. So I thought I was recording when I was working on this pumpkin, and I wasn't. But I will explain to you what I did. The roses that you see there, I used this mold that I got on Amazon and Crayola Model Magic to make them, to mold them. And I also made the stem with the Crayola Model Magic. So when it was already hardened, I took some gold acrylic paint and I painted the stem and the roses on it. And then I attached them with hot glue. And that's all that there was to finishing the pumpkin. So pretty easy. Now let's get on to the cloche. So for the cloche, we're going to take one of these cake trays from the Dollar Tree. They have a nice pattern to it. You can find it in the party section of the Dollar Tree. We're going to use this ceramic candle holder in the candle area in the Dollar Tree, and this plastic cloche where you can find it in the garden section or where the florals are. I had seen them before. I never picked one up, but now I wanted to work with it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some white chalk paint to paint the underside of the plate. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just spray paint it? I prefer to use chalk paint. It adheres better to plastic. This way I don't have to do any type of primers, and it's just fast. And actually painting for me is kind of therapeutic. So I'm going to give it just one coat of this chalk paint. Let it dry, and then we can continue with the rest. So let's finish painting. So now that the cake plate is dry, remember to paint it on the underside. This way you can still keep the plastic shine to the top. And if you want to put anything on it, like food, it won't touch the paint. The next step is to glue this candlestick to the plastic plate. And I'm going to use E6000 glue along with some hot glue in order to attach it quicker. And I'm going to let this dry, obviously, overnight. So let's continue with this part. So the hardest part to this project is removing this darn label. It is not the ones that peel off nice and clean. It's those that are stuck so well to the plastic. So what I'm going to end up using is some Goo Gone to remove all of the residue, because I don't want to have any of that residue on the cloche and it will look hazy. So I'm going to go clean this off camera and I'll be back. So I cleaned the cloche, nothing left. I used the Goo Gone and then some Dawn soap to remove that greasy Goo Gone. I don't want anything to make this plastic look cloudy. So I'm going to take that top piece of the cloche along with a bead that I had, and I'm going to paint them with Rust-Oleum gold paint. Now that bead that you see there, it's actually a toy. A friend of mine gave me a whole bunch of these and I had never used them before, but now I found something to use them for. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give the top piece and the bead, which is going to be, I guess, the pull on the top, a sort of a brushed metallic look. So I'm going to give it one layer of the gold paint, and then I'm going to put in some of that white chalk paint that I used on the plate to see how that works. And let's see what happens. So let's continue. So now that both of these pieces are dry, as you can see, I gave it the look that I wanted. All I did was I let the gold paint dry for a couple of minutes, and then I took a brush and I brushed over some white chalk paint. I thought it was going to be a disaster, but it actually turned out pretty good, and I actually like it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the piece that secures that top piece to the cloche. This way it won't fall off. And I'm going to hot glue the bead to the top and we will be done. And this will be ready to display. Now I plan on using this also for Christmas. I have a project coming up, video this week, that I'm going to use this same cloche. But for now, for fall, I'm going to use it with the pumpkin. So it'll be ready to display. So I really love the way that both of these pieces turned out. I plan on using this cloche later on for Christmas. Again, I'm gonna have a video coming out this week with what I'm going to use it for during Christmas. But let me know what you think about these two projects. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and thank you all for those who have subscribed. See you all on my next DIY.